Hello and welcome to Time Tunnel TV, the TV show where you pick the person and we drag them back with a blast from the past. Today we'll be dragging Adrian Edmondson back from earlier in 2014. 2014? Why didn't we just get him from our time period? Oh well, whatever. We'll be welcoming Adrian later on into the show. But for now, it's our first performance from the fabulous Elise Rogers with her track, I'm Loving Me.
Wondering how I could be with total security. The fears disappeared and gone, and now I'm thinking oh so strong. I never ever ever want to stop the feelings that I have got inside of me. I'm never ever ever gonna give in to the dreams that I hold within. I'm setting them free. I'm loving me. I'm loving me. I'm loving. I'm flying free. When I'm loving me, I'm loving. Wondering if I should share the total bliss I do declare. The magic that comes within allows us all to begin. I never ever ever want to stop the feelings that I have got inside of me. I never ever ever gonna give in to the dreams that I hold within. I'm setting them free. I'm loving me. I'm loving me. When I'm loving me, I'm loving me. I'm loving me. I'm flying free. When I'm loving me. I'm loving me, I'm loving me. Flying free, I'm flying free. I'm loving me. I'm loving me. When I'm loving me, I'm loving me. I'm loving me. I'm flying free.
Woo! Thank you very much for that, Elise. That was fantastic. We'll have another track from her later on in the show. But for now, it's time to take a look at our guest today. Here's a short documentary all about Adrian Edmondson.
Adrian Edmondson was born in 1957 and is 57 years old. Edmondson was the second of 4 children. He was born in Bradford, West Riding of Yorkshire.
He's not here.
A lot of people think of me as just a slapstick comedian, a rude, crude purveyor of smutty toilet humor and cartoon-like mindless violence. But there's much more to me than that. Oh, I really love poetry. Look. Lonely as a cloud that floats on high o'er dale and hill, when all at once I saw a crowd, a host of golden daffodils. See? Sensitive. Now, I also like to press wild flowers. These I pressed when I was on a ramble through a dingly dell looking for fairies. I love my dear old mum. Don't I, Mum? Yes, love. Oh, and I love little babies. Oh, little babies.
Famously played Vivian the Punk.
Have you not got into any pop music ever in your life?
Well,
Have you never danced? You ever thought, yes, have you never punched the air? Have you never... Does your blood...
yes, of
race?
course I have.
What was that, to Cliff Richard, or...?
Adrian Edmondson was an actor and stand-up comedian and musician. He became famous in the 1980s, but is probably best known for acting in Young Ones from 1982 to 1984, or Bottom from 1991 to 1995, but first appeared in the comic strip TV shorts as Adrian Dangerous, and he has left the TV comedy for favour of musical arts. His band The Black Shepherds' debut album in 2009 called Yon Team Tefera Mefera. He is married to Jennifer Saunders since May 11, 1985, and has 3 children with her.
Just die, okay? Just die! Come on, get on with it! Just die! This whole thing is disturbing! This is wrong! This is just weird! And you two are next, okay? Thank you very much, Rick Mail.
So here he is. We finally have him out of the time tunnel. Please give a warm welcome to the one and only Adrian Edmondson. Woo! Hello. Hello. How are
Good
you?
to see you. Good to see you.
Your hair's grown a bit.
Yes, well, yes, that is incredible. A new product I found on the Tinternet.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
you just rub it on overnight and it came out a little bit wilder than I thought. But it's a little bit of a tribute to my old mate Rick.
Ah.
So, yes, yeah. Because he always had long hair, although he's got a bit thin there, isn't he?
Yeah, just-
Thin. Yes. Anyway, so where are we?
So how was travelling through the tunnel for you?
Oh, well, it was a bit of a shock, I have to say, a bit of a shock.
Yeah.
It was a good thing, though, because I had to get out of the house rather quick. Yes.
Well, we'll go more into that later.
Can I just say, the young lady there, very good singer. Very
Oh,
good singer.
fantastic.
Closed my eyes and I thought, who would she remind me of now? It'll come to me in a minute.
Yeah.
But very good.
Yeah,
Yes, very good.
excellent, excellent. Right, we'll have more from... Oh, sorry.
Who? Me?
Oh,
Hey,
well,
that's
yes.
it.
We'll talk a little bit more about your new hairstyle.
Yeah,
So
buddy.
in a tribute to Rick, obviously he passed away earlier this year.
Absolutely,
Yeah,
yes.
so how are you recovering since?
Well,
since his death?
being serious for a moment, it was a very big shock to me as well, and Jennifer. And it was a very sad thing, isn't it, when somebody goes. But as I said at the time, typical selfish bastard that he is, he went and died without me, didn't he?
Yeah.
Bastard. Never said a word to me that he was going, and he could have at least given me a heads up, couldn't he? You
Yeah.
know, and I mean, we went everywhere together, you see, except running, which is what he was doing the night that he died, wasn't he, stupid? I said, never do any of that. Never do any of that physical stuff, because it disturbs the years of sloth and laziness and drink. And then your body thinks, what the is going on? And then, of course, it reacts to it, you see. So if you're going to drink yourself to death, do it slowly. And don't think that you can start doing some physical exercise late in life. And a poor lad died, didn't he?
Yeah,
so,
he did.
Bastard.
You say this, but on stage, you guys were so energetic and you were putting so much enthusiasm into your shows and you were running up and down stage.
Yes, yes.
Yep. So how did you keep fit if you were just drinking all the time?
That was the only exercise we ever did. It's just hitting each other and bashing each other on stage. It was the only place we'd never catch us in the gym. The gym was our stage, you see. So that's what we did, and it was great fun. We enjoyed it. It led, you know, our therapist told us we needed to do it.
Brilliant.
So after many years of counselling, they said what you need to do is go and hit each other on public TV, which is what we did, rather successfully.
Oh, fantastic. Well, you obviously. How did you get into comedy initially?
Comedy initially. Well, in the early days, of course, so you remember, you were rather young. You might not remember the young ones.
I do.
You do?
Just
Did
about,
your mum
yeah.
let you stay up and watch it then when
Yeah,
you were a
just-
little toddler? Yes.
just
yeah,
about,
okay.
yeah.
Well, it was great days in those days because there was Jennifer and there was Dawn and of course Rick and all those other really great comics at the time. We were regarded as revolutionaries. Revolutionaries.
Revolutionaries?
yes, yes. I've not got a good education. But yes, and in those days we were considered very left-wing, as though we were socialists. And of course, you've got to remember, these are the times of Thatcher and Thatcherism, and so most of the television programming at that time, like Saturday Night Live and Lenny Henry and all of us, we were regarded as lefties and more all supporting Labour, when Labour actually was Labour.
Yeah,
which,
when
of
it was
course,
initially.
isn't anymore, is
No,
it?
not anymore.
Any more conservatives, really, aren't they, all of them? Like we were left-wing comedians, radicals even. You know? Like the kind of Ben Elton used to be before he started writing musicals and playing it very safe for the money.
Did it feel like you were becoming revolutionaries at the time?
Well,
or was
no,
it
we were just having fun at the time. I mean, it was great doing the young ones. You could go on and you could beat the crap out of each other, and people laughed.
Yeah.
Which was great, but we had people like Sting on The Police. We have Elvis Costello on the show. Remember, you might remember in the kitchen.
Yeah.
We're always in the kitchen.
Yeah.
It was a
All
small
the time.
set, a bit like this actually. You see, you just go through there and that'd be the kitchen, and you'd find Elvis Costello or The Police and Sting playing in there. Yeah.
One of
And
them-
that's just reminded me as well. Lisa Stansfield. That's what that young lady. Closed my eyes and I thought, Lisa Stansfield. Yes, you know, I often wanted to get very close to Lisa Stansfield, and I tried to get very close to Lisa Stansfield, but she made it very clear that she didn't want to get close to me after about the 100th phone call. And the police knocking on the door.
And the restraining
But still,
order
yes,
and
but very
everything.
lovely. I closed my eyes and I was right back there thinking about Lisa. Yeah. Great.
Excellent.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, obviously, you were talking about the bands in the young ones.
Yes, the young ones. Not
Yep.
so young anymore.
No, not so
Yes,
young
yes,
anymore.
yeah, come on.
But one of your major ones was Cliff Richard.
Oh, Cliff. Can we say Cliff on TV these days? Is it okay to mention his
think we can
name?
I
Or
think
has
we
he
can
been
still say-
banished to a desert island somewhere?
Not quite yet.
Has he been charged? Sorry, Cliff. I don't believe a word of it, Cliff, by the way. You were always very nice to me. We got on very well.
Yeah.
Yes. Go on. Yes.
A bit too well.
Oh, no, none of that. Jennifer will vouch for me.
Oh,
Yes.
Well, yeah, we produced a few tracks with him, and I'm sure you got to about number 2 in
The
the charts.
young ones, darling, with the young ones. Yeah, it was
Yep.
great, yeah.
And
Yeah, it was marvellous. We regenerated Cliff's career, I believe, to be honest with you. Yes.
with Living Doll as well.
Living Doll, yeah.
Yeah.
Talking, living doll.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah. Oh,
Great old days, yeah. And of course, we like playing music as well. Me and Rick used to a lot. We formed a band called the Bad News Tour, which you may not or may not remember. And we played Glastonbury, where people threw cans of beer at us, which was apparently a sign of affection.
Oh, okay.
Yes, they said they liked us.
Oh.
After that one struck me on the head, I felt very affectionate, yes.
It's a very bizarre way of showing affection.
Well, we were crap.
Oh, okay.
I give it that. We were crap.
Right, so we'll
But we
have...
had fun.
Right, Adrian, we'll
You carry
come
on.
back to you in a little bit.
You carry on.
We'll come back to you later on in the show, but we have to take a short break now. Please join us after these adverts.
Will do.
Brilliant. We're here again with Adrian Edmondson, and we're going to be asking him the questions you have always wanted to ask him.
It's a quick advert, wasn't it?
That was a very quick advert, yeah.
God, yes.
So who was like mostly influential on your early career in comedy?
Influenced me. Influenced me. You're having trouble with your words as well, aren't you?
Yeah.
Well, we'd have to go back to the early days. And this person you may or may not remember was called Tony Hancock. A wonderful comedian, and he and a chap you will remember called Sid James from the Carry On movie.
Yeah.
They formed a great duo, but it was Tony Hancock's half hour. And that's how you say it.
Half hour.
Hancock's half hour. Yeah, it was a really wonderful time, and you can still get them on DVD. I've got them all if you want to borrow them.
Fantastic. I might have to have a watch.
You've got you'd have Tony and Sid, and they were made a wonderful couple.
Yeah.
And you can see, if you look at bottom, there's really a lot of similarities in the way that we've worked that script.
Yeah.
Two strange, odd guys who living together.
Yeah, well,
Nobody asked any question. A bit like Morecambe and Wise, who used to always share a bed, didn't they? And they get in bed together at night. Nobody in the nation would think something's wrong there.
No,
Questions would be asked these days, though.
Oh,
wouldn't they?
my God, yeah.
Oh, God, you can't have any fun anymore, can you? But nobody thought there was anything weird going on. And so, of course, me and Eddie, we're living together. Eddie
and Richie.
And Richie, me as Eddie, and Richie, we lived together. And nobody ever thought there was anything weird about that.
No. Well, I mean, you did a couple of fantastic series, and then you went on to doing the live shows.
Oh, yes, so it was great fun. Now, they were hard work.
Oh, yeah.
And I did lose a lot of weight then.
Oh,
yes,
I bet.
Because,
So much energy.
Beating Richie up on matinees and, 3 times a day almost. It was a wonderful experience, yes.
Well, how, would you like to demonstrate to us how you ended up doing some of those?
Oh, we could have a go at that.
Yeah.
You want to be, you be Richie then?
Okay, I'll be Richie.
Okay, wait. Richie.
Okay.
Where are
I'll
we,
be
Richie? Richie. Oh, we're in the bright lights again.
Oh, it's from
That's on TV, Richie. It's really good, isn't it?
There's some girls over there.
Girls? Where's the girls? There's a girl. There's a girl. Oh, Richie. Oh, Richie. You haven't got a chance, Richie. That's mine. She's mine. Yeah.
Eddie, of course I've got a chance.
You haven't got a
Have
chance.
you seen me?
She wouldn't like twice at you, you bastard. There's only one thing to do, Richie. I just get rid of you. Ow. Stay down. There we go. Look at that.
Fantastic.
Drama, high drama on television.
That was fantastic.
There we go.
Yeah.
Broke my finger now, but never mind.
Well, as a usual thing through the shows, you always did end up breaking bones.
Yes, indeed. I broke a couple of ribs as well. But that was because you have to throw a punch, don't you?
Yeah.
You have to throw a punch at someone, and it's quite dangerous, isn't it? As you well know.
Exactly.
Richie. Yes.
Well,
I could throw a punch at you and see if I miss you.
Well, fingers crossed you would.
Oh, well, all right. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Right, well, okay, so for you, nowadays you do something completely different. You're not doing
Oh, yes.
you're not doing
look.
energetic stuff
I
anymore.
do like Roger Daltrey did when he sold out and started selling Range Rovers, yeah. He said he wanted to die before he got old. It wasn't true, was it?
No, but you've done a few different things over
football,
the years. Yeah, playing some football. You've
advertising,
been in
lots
MasterChef.
of that.
You were in MasterChef.
MasterChef. Now, who would have thought that an absolute idiot like me could win Celebrity MasterChef? Yeah?
How did you find it?
Well, I found the money first and paid them a lot of money. That's a thing to do if you can. And but it was wonderful. I never thought I had a chance. But my profiteroles it took me a long while to make them and even longer to say them. But they actually scooped the whole price for me, my profiteroles, yes. Jennifer, of course, doesn't speak to me anymore.
Oh.
No, sure, because I just, I'm the better cook.
Ah.
Been proved. I have a big badge and everything. Really true. Yeah.
Well, do you cook for her at home?
No. She won't even speak to me about cooking anymore. No. So we
So
just have
on
takeaways, yeah. Of course, she's a wonderful cook. You're a wonderful cook. And you would win MasterChef as well, should you be given the opportunity. Yes. In your national TV.
Yeah.
Said.
There you go, sorted.
Yes.
At least she knows now.
That rift may be healed. Is there anybody else on the show apart from me and that wonderful singer?
No, there's not.
And you, of
I'm
course.
man myself.
Up and coming presenter.
You never know.
Let's hope you get more work out of this one.
Yeah. So, over the years, you've done a number of jobs with
This is
the
a long
comic strip
interview, isn't it?
presenters, yeah?
Go on then.
You've done a number of jobs with the comic strip presents.
Oh, comic strip was wonderful. That was a great time. One of my favourite ones was the Beat Generation.
Yeah.
And you may not seen that, where we took the mick out of the whole late 1950s Beat Generation,
I've
and that
not
was
seen
just
it.
stunning. That was great fun. We were all in that one. I think Dawn French had her leg sawn off for that one. Yes, she did, as a work of art.
Wow.
Yes, it was wonderful. Yes, yeah.
Oh,
yes.
fantastic. So you, obviously you weren't in the mall, and you all jumped around and swapped and changed.
We did. We were very versatile. We could do all kinds of things in those days, and that was probably what made us so interesting. We weren't like the kings, the absolute gods, Morecambe and Wise, but they did what they did, and they very rarely went out of that format. Whereas we tried all kinds of things. The comic strip was a different story every week. We even did a comic strip called Scarface. Where Al Pacino played Arthur Scargill.
Oh,
You know, we
okay.
could do things like that. And we did a whole thing about the miners, and we had ballet dancing miners. And Arthur Scargill, played by Pacino, actually goes down to the Parliament building on a Harley Davidson. And you know, I mean, what other kind of programs could you do that in those days? You
Oh,
you
there's
can't do
nothing
it
else
now.
to do
No one would believe you.
No, exactly.
No, you see,
exactly.
yeah.
Right, well, I'd like to thank you for coming in and chatting to us today.
Is that the end then?
Yeah.
Oh,
So we're going to carry on from here. So we'll have to send you back through time shortly. But you guys don't go anywhere, because we have another performance from the brilliant Elise Rogers. But for now, we've got the news from 2014 to bring you up to date with all the latest events.
Breaking news, Ebola spreads like wildfire around the world, causing many countries to react to the outbreak by closing their borders for travel to and from Africa. The number of Ebola cases so far this year has risen to 9,936, with 4,877 having died to the virus. These are the official figures put out by the World Health Organization, with the outbreak only being spread by bodily fluids. Basic sanitary measures should prevent it in any non-third world country. Earlier this year, flight MH370 went missing. Most recent analysis of the satellite data shows the plane is believed to have ended its journey in seas far west of the Australian city Perth. The latest search zone is some 1,000 kilometres southwest of the area, which was extensively searched with underwater surveying equipment in April. Over the last few months, the Australian authorities have been conducting an underwater depth survey of the latest search area. There are many theories surrounding the disappearance of the plane. One worrying thought is that the plane is one of the first mobile hijackings where someone had used their mobile phone to take over the plane's autopilot. Terrorist group ISIS was in the news as they performed barbaric acts live over the internet to the point where Pope Francis used unusually strong language to condemn the actions of the Islamists in their continuing campaign against the minorities, and called for an end to the violence in the name of God. A high-ranking special Vatican envoy is due to leave for northern Iraq on Monday. Pope Francis approved of the American airstrikes against ISIS. He withheld his moral impetus on Monday, refusing to fully support or denounce the military campaign. Now, in celebrity news, Rick Mayall's death has shocked Britain. We go live to our news reporter, Jack.
Hi, I'm here reporting live from Droitwich Spa, where actor and comedian Rick Mayall died earlier today. He was pronounced dead at 3 a.m. this morning. It is believed that Rick Mayall had suffered a heart attack after he had finished his morning run. His wife broke the news early this morning, stating that her husband died from acute cardiac event. Close personal friend and work colleague Adrian Edmondson said that he loved working with Rick, who he had acted with in the classic British series Bottom and Young Ones. The comic book series presents. Adrian said in a statement, "They were some of the when Rick and I were writing together, when we almost died laughing. They were some of the most carefree, stupid days I've ever had. I feel privileged to have shared them with him. Now he's dead for real, without me, the selfish bastard." Rick Mayall will be sadly missed by many of his peers. His style of slapstick comedy has touched many a generation and will carry on making people laugh further into the future. Now he's died, he will never be forgotten and will go down as one of the all-time great British comedians that has ever produced. Hearts go out to his wife and kids who have lost a husband and a father. Now back to the studio.
Sad news for all comedy lovers. Thanks, Jack. Test flights for Solar Impulse, a plane that can fly day or night on solar power without its battery dipping. The company making it, Solvay, has invented electrolytes that allow the energy density of the batteries to be increased, allowing the project to make use of its nanotechnologies. A new species of snake has been discovered called the ruby-eyed green pit viper in forest near Ho Chi Minh City. Vietnam's Cat Tien National Park is a stronghold for Timorous rubrius, which inhabits a rather small geographic range where pressures in the forests are high. That's all from Time Tunnel News today. We'll be back tomorrow with more of the top stories from the past.
Right, well, thank you for joining us today. We have to go now, but be sure to tune in next week when we have the best guest from all time. Who will it be? You decide. Text 07845 264 758 to give us suggestions for who we should bring through the time machine. Here to play us out with another one of her songs is Elise Rogers with her track, Who's Loving You?
Can you feel the love inside when you look into their eyes? Who's loving you? Do they set your heart aglow? Deep down inside you'll know who's loving you. Who is loving you? Who is loving you? Do they want the best for you? Can you feel the love inside when you look into their eyes? Who's loving you? Do they set your heart aglow? Deep down inside you'll know who's loving you. Who is loving you? Who is loving you? Do they want the best for you? Can you ask your soul inside for your dreams to come alive? Who's loving you? Do they set your world alight when you wake and realize who's loving you? Who is loving you? Who is loving you? Do they want the best for you? Can you feel the love inside when you look into their eyes? Who's loving you? Do they set your heart aglow? Deep down inside you'll know who's loving you. Who is loving you? Who is loving you? Do they want the best for you? Who is loving you? Do they want the best for you? Can you feel the love inside when you look into their eyes? Do they set your heart aglow? Deep down